I'm Larry Stone. I'm from Elkader, Clayton County. I've lived in Clayton County for 50 years or so.
My name's Steve Veysey. I live in Ames. I'm a retired chemist, and I've been involved in water quality issues for many, many years. I was one of the team that worked on establishing the category called Outstanding Iowa Waters, along with Susan Heathcote and some others. In this particular effort, I am primarily the technical and scientific advisor.
I'm Wally Taylor. I'm an attorney in Cedar Rapids, and I'm active in the Sierra Club. I'm the conservation chair and a legal chair, and I'm handling the legal aspects of this case as we go forward in court.
My name is Jess Mazour, and I'm the Conservation Program Coordinator for the Sierra Club Iowa chapter. I live here in Des Moines, Iowa. I'm a lifelong Iowan, and I've worked on a number of environmental issues over the past decade. And on Save Bloody Run, I've been helping coordinate with the team and getting people involved and keeping the word spread far and wide all across the state.
Bloody Run, I've fished for Bloody Run occasionally in my 50 years in Clayton County. I've done a lot of photography there, traveled through that scenic valley a lot. I've got friends that live and actually farm in that valley. And so I was aghast when I heard that there would be initially 10,000 cattle in the watershed of that creek, which just happens to be an outstanding Iowa water designated by the Iowa DNR. Just happens to be in karst topography littered with sinkholes and fractured limestone and lots of ways for pollution to get down into the groundwater.
In Clayton County, let's understand that this operation will produce something like 35 million gallons of manure per year. It will increase the manure production within a 5-mile radius by a factor of 400%. So it's a huge increase. And all of this manure will be spread on nearby fields, and all of those fields drain into or percolate down into, through the aquifer, through the karst, into the Galena aquifer, from which most residents take their water, or the deeper Jordan aquifer, from which some of the larger communities take their water. So we have environmental concerns, but we also have public health aspect of it that needs to be considered.
As we looked at this project, as Larry said, it just seemed like everything was wrong about this project. And yet, in spite of all of our comments and all of the information that Steve put together with all of his calculations and irrefutable, I think, evidence, the DNR approved the nutrient management plan anyway.
The reason that we focus on Bloody Run Creek is we know Iowa is in a water crisis from river to river, from border to border. And, we continue to point out problems, but we're always told, well, we need that perfect case to really set that example and set that precedent of what we expect here in Iowa. And here we are with Supreme Beef. It really outlines so many of the problems that I was facing with water quality.
Once the February 2021 permit was approved, we knew we were going to have to take it to court. And once that decision was made, we said, well, we need to raise some money and we need to raise awareness and hope that awareness leads to money. And so that's when we formed the ad hoc group we call the Committee to Save Bloody Run. And it was formed primarily to raise funds, to raise awareness and raise funds to support the litigation, but also to do some water testing and support other water testing, and to support advocacy in other areas, changing laws and rules.
We have successfully gotten by a couple of motions that the DNR made to try to throw us out of court. We're making some real progress on the legal front, and it just takes some time. The wheels of justice grind slowly, but we're making progress.
But I think when that second reiteration of the permit came through, there was, some really strong individuals who wanted to keep the fight up. And I think we owe a lot to Stephen, Larry, and Wally, who were fighting this from 2017 and just continued to make sure that this was front and center. And I think if people want to get involved in helping save Bloody Run, there's a number of things that you can do. One of the most important things, because we're going to be fighting this out in the courts, is contributing to the Save Bloody Run legal fund. That goes towards our legal work, towards our water quality testing and our advocacy work. Another important thing is just keeping the word out there. We have to talk to people about water quality and about this facility and specifically, and we have to spread the word through letters to the editor. So write a letter to the editor, talk about why you think water quality is important and why it should be protected. And another thing that you can do is talk to your elected officials. Let them know that water quality is a priority to you and to the state of Iowa, and that we need stronger regulations that protect our water.
So many times we sit back and I think someone else is going to do it, but it takes really vigorous advocacy to overcome the power of the entrenched interests.
The award also points to the partnerships, I guess, the cooperation, collaboration with groups, the Clayton County Conservation Awareness Network has been involved, Trout Unlimited has been involved, individuals who buy t-shirts have been involved.
We found DNR staff who were so helpful and so dedicated and so wanted to do the right thing. But they could only go so far, and eventually they actually had to shut down and not communicate with us. And that was because the decision, this has been politicized from the day one.
We have to spread the word about water quality and what can be done to protect it and to hold polluters accountable. So we really appreciate the acknowledgement and the award, and we look forward to working with everyone as we move forward and as we save Bloody Run.